Pastor Jesse, can you give us an open prayer? Let's put our hands together for him, please.
Our Heavenly Father, this afternoon we want to bow before thy presence and say, indeed, you have been grateful unto us. This evening we pray, committing all and sundry here under your feet, O God, that your presence will continue to be with us. Even as we are here to discuss this issue concerning our adolescents, we pray for your awesome power. We pray for your awesome grace that at the end of it all, glory and honor shall be given to your name. This we ask through your Son, Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen.
Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together for him. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome each and every one of you to this important occasion. This is the third sitting of the Sunyani Adolescent Parliament. This is an initiative of Ecoris UK, so this is the third sitting of the Sunyani Adolescent Parliament, an initiative of Ecoris UK being funded by Foundation Botna and being implemented by Global Media Foundation, Citizens Watch Ghana, and the Indigenous Women Empowerment Network. And we have solid partners who are also helping us behind the scene and in the opening. We have the Sunyani Municipal Assembly who are helping us as a partner. We have the Sunyani West Municipal Assembly. We have Ghana Health Service. We have Ghana Education Service. We have National Youth Authority. We have Environmental Protection Authority and many others. Because of time, ladies and gentlemen, I would like us to go straight to our itinerary or the items on our program. We will usher in the Speaker of Parliament. Ladies and gentlemen, let's usher in the Speaker of Parliament. Oh, with a round of applause. Let's give them a round of applause so that we can begin today's sitting. Mr. DJ, you can give us a very cool music.
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, please sit. Distinguished guests and invited institutions, we shall begin today's sitting with an opening prayer. May we all rise. Almighty God, we humbly beseech thee to look with favor upon this youth parliament. Grant that it may perform its high duty as in thy sight. Give divine guidance to the speaker. Endow members to the youth parliament with discernment and vision, integrity and courage, that through our labors this land and people may be well and truly served. And thy good purpose for the common human life be realized in our midst. O God, grant us a vision of our municipality, fair as it might be, a municipality of righteousness, where none shall wrong his neighbor, a municipality of plenty, where evil and poverty shall be done away with, a district of brotherhood, where all success shall be founded on service, and honor shall be given to the deserving, a municipality of peace, where government shall rest on the will of the people and the love for the common good. Bless the effort of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality. Inspire and strengthen our people that they may give time, thought, and sacrifice to speed the day of the coming beauty of Sunyani and Ghana. We shall now have the Youth Parliament, and we will be led by Honorable Haruna.
Arise, Ghana youth, for your country.
Honorable members, please have your seats. Honorable members, today marks the third sitting of the Sunyani Adolescent Parliament, held under the theme, Building a Clean and Climate Smart City. This sitting brings together youth, young people and duty bearers to deliberate on real issues affecting our city: sanitation, education, and our environment. I commend all honorable members for your dedication, and I extend to our gratitude to the Sunyani municipality.
Okay. Thank you very much for this opportunity. The full name is Honorable Abdul Razak Abdullahi, presiding member for Sunyani Municipal Assembly. my distinguished guest, my colleague honorable assembly members present here, the representative of the partnership institutions here, members of the media, our vibrant adolescent members of parliament, all protocol duly observed here. Good afternoon to you, and my felicitations to you all. It's a singular and a great honor on this particular day to officially open the third sitting of Sunyani Adolescent Parliament, held alongside Intermediary City Ecosystem Platform, to bracket ICEP, under the theme Building a Clean and Climate Smart City. Building a Clean and Climate Smart City, addressing environmental and sanitation challenges in Sunyani. This is the theme for this particular program. As a municipal assembly, we take a great pride in initiative which has created a platform where young people can engage in city authorities, share their perspectives, and influence decisions that affect their lives and communities. This is what inclusive governance looks like. Good leadership that listens, act in partnership with the youth, and socialize for their collective ideas and decisions. Today's sitting is not only a symbolic moment, but a reminder that the future of our city depends on how nature, the ideas and aspirations of the young people are. As a presiding member, I urge all of us to give our full attention, respect to the debate and discussion that will take place in this house. In accordance with the standing procedure of Adolescent Parliament, I hereby declare the third sitting of Sunyani Adolescent Parliament duly opened. It is my pleasure that discussions and debates reflect the procedures that govern the Adolescent Parliament. It is also my prayers that members of Parliament in their respective areas will contribute immensely to their debate and make an impact in their respective motions which they want to table here. I wish you all the best. This is a platform where you embody your future ambitions. This is a platform that will nurture you into future leadership. The future belongs to you, whether you like it or the yes. In the next 50 years, our fathers, our grandparents will not be there. You will be there to take the affairs and helms of the state. Who knows? His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was once an assembly member in Bole. Today he's the president of Ghana. Who knows? Pakwasi Indum one time was assembly member. Today is one of the biggest and business-minded people in the country. A lot and more. Even in Sunyani here, our former member of parliament, Honorable Amiyao Chireme, was once an assembly member. I wish you the best in your endeavor. We pledge and give you the necessary support and assistance and guidelines and protocol as well with regards to your debate. I declare the program open. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Razak. We will now recognize the other stakeholders and their representatives. Honorable Albin Pakat Mavis. Representative of Ghana Health Service. Representatives of the civil society organization. the Sunyani Municipal Assembly, representatives of the RLA, and last of all, representative of the Ghana Education Service. Thank you very much, honorable members. We shall now invite Mr. Raphael Godlove Ahenu, Chief Executive Officer of the Global Media Foundation, to deliver his statement.
Honorable Speaker, our director is not around, so I'll stand in to read a brief speech for the Executive Director of Global Media Foundation. Right Honorable Speaker, the presiding member of the Sunyani Municipal Assembly, distinguished assembly members, esteemed partners from Foundation Botna and Ecoris UK, colleagues from government, institutions, civil society, media, and remarkable adolescent MPs. It is an honor and privilege on behalf of the Global Media Foundation and the Resilient City for Adolescent Project team to welcome you all to this third sitting of the Sunyani Adolescent Parliament and the Intermediary City Ecosystem Platform. Today's gathering is part of the global effort to make cities livable, inclusive, sustainable, cities that work and for young people. As Foundation Botna envisions, the future is urban, but it must be fair. Right Honorable Speaker, across the world, urban growth has outpaced inclusion. Young people often struggle for space, opportunity, and voice. Through the Resilient City for Adolescent project, we are changing this narrative in Sunyani, creating platforms where adolescents are not spectators of development, but partners and co-architects of change. The three issues before this parliament: waste management, the completion of the Bono Regional Library, and the protection of green spaces, represent the heartbeat of a city, striving to become cleaner, smarter, and more just. A city that listens to its young people is a city prepared for its future. Beyond physical space, we are also shaping digital future that is fair and inclusive, one that protects young people and rights while expanding their access to information and innovation. As technology transforms society, we must ensure it uplifts rather than excludes. A truly smart city is one that filled with devices, but one guided by fairness and human values. Colleagues, the sustainability of our cities depends on how well we integrate young people perspectives into governance. This is why Global Media Foundation and its partners, Citizens Watch Ghana, Indigenous Women Empowerment Network, and the Sunyani City partners, through the Resilient City project, continues to build partnership with the assemblies, agencies, and communities to turn adolescent voices into civic influence. When young people lead with knowledge, cities follow with wisdom. As we begin today's deliberations, let us commit ourselves to a vision where Sunyani become a model of clean, green, and resilient city, one that values justice, dignity, and dreams of its youth. Together, let's build not just a healthy city, but hopeful one for our young people and the future. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable. We will now take a statement from the Municipal Chief Executive. Honorable members, we shall now have a brief review of the previous sitting, and I invite the Clerk of Parliament to present the summary of the proceedings.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. On 13th February 2025, the second sitting was held by the Sunyani Adolescent Parliament at the Victoria Park. The sitting was graced with various stakeholders, including the Sunyani Traditional Council, the Sunyani East and West Municipal Assemblies, Zongo Youth, Prison Service, Police Service, Fire Service, and other stakeholders. The motion before the House was strengthening and enforcing sanitation laws, addressing the Sunyani Zongo dump site as a step toward a clean and safe city for adolescents. The motion was in a statement form for all members to contribute. The aim of the motion was to convert this dump site into safe and inclusive recreational center for adolescents. However, the transformation has been hindered by the lack of effective collaboration between the municipal assembly and the contractor, leaving the community in a state of neglect and danger. Members of Parliament suggested solutions, causes, and effects of the motion as expressing their personal experiences. The Honorable Majority Leader adjusted possible solutions to combat drug abuse and theft cases at the dump sites. There was a forum open for the general public to contribute and share ideas. The House identified one main issue with the dump sites, which was substance abuse, also known as substance distress. We explained it as it's a pattern of using substances such as alcohol, drugs, or medications in a way that causes significant problems or distress. The House suggested some of the causes of drug abuse, which was curiosity, broken homes, peer pressure, depression, among others. We had various effects such as physical effects, mental and emotional effects, social and relationship effects, behavior effects such as engaging in risky behaviors. We have legal problems. Mr. Speaker, based on this, I would like to conclude. Here is a brief summary of the last sitting held at Victoria Park on 2025, 13 February. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will now acknowledge other representatives of the National Youth Authority and the Sunyani West Municipal Assembly. Thank you very much, honorable members. We now move to the parliamentary business of the day. On our order paper, we have 3 motions to be moved, second, and debated. Each motion will be presented by its mover, followed by a seconder, after which the floor will be opened for debate. The first motion on the order paper is on environmental sanitation and waste management in Sunyani. I now invite the honorable member whose name the motion stands to move, Honorable Justice Wiado, MP for the New Town.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move the motion on the issue of environmental sanitation and waste management within the city of Sunyani. Mr. Speaker, sanitation is one of the greatest challenges facing our communities and schools. Mr. Speaker, in recent times, we see heaps of rubbish, improper ways of waste disposal, and weak enforcement of sanitation laws and bylaws within our city. increasing the risk of public health issues, urban safety challenges, and adolescent well-being. Mr. Speaker, the presence of choked gutters, indiscriminate dumping of waste, lack of waste bins, lack of recycling centers are some of the challenges confronting our city. Mr. Speaker, do you remember the last time you saw dustbins in the city? Mr. Speaker, are you aware that most of the important places in our city, such as our schools, marketplaces, churches and mosques, and even our homes, lack the needed sanitation facilities? Mr. Speaker, these challenges do not only create unpleasant environment for the populace, but also exposes young people to disease infections, risk of safe spaces for their growth. Mr. Speaker, in light of this, the House is invited to debate and find solutions to address them. Mr. Speaker, imagine having to reschedule an important meeting due to a running stomach because of cholera, which could have been prevented if the issue of environmental sanitation and waste management is resolved. Mr. Speaker, imagine losing money as a result of your inability to commute to our market centers as a result of flooding, which could have been avoided if the issue of choked gutters is resolved in the city. Mr. Speaker, the House is invited to debate measures to strengthen waste management systems by enforcing sanitation bylaws by the Sunyani Municipal Assembly and the Environmental Protection Authority. Again, through the establishment of youth-led sanitation clubs and community waste recycling projects, and through improved collaboration between city authorities, schools, and environmental officers in promoting behavioral changes and hygiene awareness. Therefore, Right Honorable Speaker, I humbly move that this motion be admitted for debate to enable this House recommend actionable steps towards making Sunyani a clean, healthy, and resilient city for all. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Justice. I will now take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of a representative of DOFSU, Honorable Beatrice Corsa. Honorable members, please stand. Please sit. And in recognition also, the MC, Honorable Vincent Anchi Ajay. And Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim Bambila, a representative of Ghana AIDS Commission. Thank you very much, honorable members. The motion having been moved, I now call on the seconder to second the motion. Honorable Raymond.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise to second the motion on improving environmental sanitation and waste management in Sunyani. Indeed, poor waste disposal and open dumping continue to threaten the health of our people, especially children and adolescents. We cannot build a healthy city on a foundation of filth. I fully support this motion because it calls for stronger enforcement of sanitation bylaws, proper waste collection systems, and youth involvement in clean up and recycle campaigns. A clean city is a healthy city, and a healthy city is a productive one. I urge all honorable members to support this motion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, the motion having been duly moved and seconded, I now open the floor for debate. Members who wish to contribute may indicate the by rising or raising their hand. Honorable Ishak.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. It is unacceptable that in our schools and community, waste lies unattended. Litters fill our drains, gutters overflow, and decomposing refuse kisses the doorsteps of children. In Sunyani, our reputation as once the clean city is strengthened by the neglect of sanitation. Across Ghana, we generate more than 12,700 tons of solid waste daily, yet only about 10% is recycled, according to BBC and UNDP. The remainder ends in the drains, illegal dams, or is burnt, polluting our air, water, and health. In Sunyani, our gutters are choked, and it causes disease outbreak. Why is this so? Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Habib.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Sunyani once been considered one of Ghana's cleanest city. Now faces some problems with environmental sanitation and waste management. The key issue stems from combination of inadequate infrastructure, weak institutional arrangement, and poor public attitude. I therefore call on you, Mr. Speaker, to engage stakeholders responsible to solve this issue. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Philippa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As a representative of this great nation, it is our responsibility to ensure healthy and then a clean environment. So, as a citizen, we have to enforce environmental and sanitation laws. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Ishak.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, poor waste collection and in Abisim and Fiape remains a daily concern. Refuse bin are either full or not available, forcing residents to dump waste in open areas. For instance, the station at where the station behind Melcom, there is a waste dump there. Mr. Speaker, if the assembly will make a law that maybe omo mutu ragu ho no mo no say ebia wodi nra ne begu ho na say enyunu juna mo pon a ebia say omo mo ho ne dosu ti we hye na ade eche na we hye no me gidi say they can reduce the spread of disease and other infection. Thank you.
Before we proceed, I would like to acknowledge the presence of the Municipal Coordinating Director of Sunyani, Mr. Isaac Ankuma. Honorable Ishak.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, under the Local Governance Act 936/2026, assemblies are required to ensure effective waste collection, disposal, and sanitation in the community. Yet in Sunyani, this mandate has not fully released. Gutters overflow, refuse is burnt openly, and law enforcement is weak. The Environmental Protection Authority Act 490/1994 gives the EPA the power to safeguard our environment, yet open burning of waste, illegal dumping, and pollution persist. Clear signs of enforcement gaps that demands urgent attention. Mr. Speaker, the Public Health Act 851/2012 clearly identifies poor sanitation as a health hazard. Yet community continue to suffer outbreak of cholera and malaria because of uncollected waste and dumping. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Since we have our stakeholders here, like we the Adolescents Parliament are telling them that we are willing to do anything to help them, but they should start so that we follow up with them. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Venice.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As we all know, waste management practice differ in Sunyani municipality. Burning of refuse or liquid waste is rare in our municipality, but it is the responsibility for the frontline officer of Environment, Health and Sanitation to enforce environmental health standard within Sunyani municipality. And also, Zoom Lion is responsible for the collection and disposal of liquid waste, but we don't see them working regularly. Mr. Speaker, the Sunyani Municipal Environment Health Officer, Daniel Owusu Koko, insisted that our municipality, Sunyani, remains the cleanest city in Ghana. But when you visit down there, I mean Zongo Bola down, you can see that liquid and other waste have been a very serious steps that people who live there are facing. Thank you.
Honorable Haruna.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Honorable MC, the media, stakeholders, fellow adolescent parliamentarian, all protocols observed. Mr. Speaker, Ghana's national sanitation policy is based on National Environmental Sanitation Policy, ESP, originally from 1999 and revised to address current challenges in internal standards. Mr. Speaker, the policy is a framework for improving waste management and sanitation services with a strong focus on decentralizing responsibility to local assemblies, MMDAs. Mr. Speaker, encouraging community involvement in planning implementation. Mr. Speaker, key strategies including improving waste management, improving hygiene, and strengthening institutional capacity, with recent revision aiming to improve service delivery and achieve a national and global sanitation goals. Mr. Speaker, this is a big question to us. What are they doing? Who are those responsible for this, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, there is a popular proverb that we've been saying every day.
which was introduced in 1778 by John Wesley, that cleanliness is next to godliness. Mr. Speaker, we wake up in the morning, you clean your room, bath, you come outside, basa. It's not fair. It's unfair, Mr. Speaker. How can you wake up in the morning, bath, clean your room, you come to the street, you see baller here, you see this here, no dustbins, basa. Mr. Speaker, we shouldn't put all the blames on the assembly. Yes, we are all part. If assembly doesn't provide dustbins, doesn't mean you should litter the place. We have to also use, sorry for my speech, we have to also use our common sense to put it at the right place. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Benjamin.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. At first, Sunyani is known as the most tidy and hygienic city in Ghana. But in recent time, they are gradually losing their title. For this, I'm telling this to us, the younger one, the adolescents, that we should engage ourselves and form a committee to improve hygienic place in this city. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Kabori.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm now trying to doubt that Sunyani is now normalizing the harmfulness of waste. Sunyani is now trying to normalize the harmfulness of waste, because how can you tell me that immediate opposite of Total filling station at, is it Nkwabing? The immediate opposite, we are having some trash this thing there. Mr. Speaker, go there and see how the place has been filled. Mr. Speaker, as I was passing there today, Mr. Speaker, I had some evidence of how filthy the place was, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is imposing a very big threat to our society, Mr. Speaker. Currently, as I'm standing here now, Mr. Speaker, you could feel how I'm talking. I'm not feeling well at all. And I know this is because of the improper disposable of waste and improper disposable of waste, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, we urge the municipal assembly or the right person to at least help us with clearing of the place, because I think the bin has been full. The bin is full, and they are not providing any extra bin to pack the rest of the rubbish inside. And as we are blacks, sorry for me to say, as we are blacks, we are not having any other option aside leaving it there and go, because I don't think none of us will love to keep rubbish inside his or her house. Mr. Speaker, thank you.
Honorable Member for Odumasi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We have been talking about our communities. It's very good. We have been talking about how our markets are very dirty. It's okay. But what of our schools? What of our schools, toilets and latrines? So see how Oprah ufie, Okopra community, Opabeko school, Oko school, Wapra ufie, Okona onya disease now, or the beba ufie. Toilet facilities in schools are very poorly maintained, and some too don't have at all a binio muskum hono. When you come to Odomase at the entire Presby school, we have only 2 toilets. School population over almost 300 students and teachers, staffs there no. only 2 toilet facilities. And guess what? Both boys and girls are using the same toilets. The staffs are using one toilet. What are we doing? We are playing with our future generation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Forson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Point of information. Mr. Speaker, let's look around. The main house of the Sunyani Municipal Assembly, they don't have recycle bins here. Let's look around. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Latif.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. According to 2024 study, it suggests that increased precipitation is the main culprit because urban areas situated on flat plains, such as Sunyani, with poor drainage system, are more prone flooding. Mr. Speaker, they also found that the rapid urbanization as a result of the increase in population is another cause in increased flooding. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Member of Parliament for Newtown.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to add to what my Honorable Haruna said. Mr. Speaker, the problem of poor sanitation is not only about waste collection. It is also about our attitude as citizens. Many people still litter the environment and block drains with rubbish. Until we change our mindset and take personal responsibility for cleanliness, no system will work. I therefore urge the assemblies and schools to intensify public education to promote good sanitation habits. A clean city, Mr. Speaker, begins with a clean attitude. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Justice. Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise on the point of information to add up to what Honorable Second Deputy Speaker said, which is Honorable Forson. Yesterday, or is it the day before yesterday, after our meeting at the hall, we gathered the rubbish. We were looking for a trash can or a trash bin to put the rubbish in it. But Honorable Speaker, could you imagine that Sunyani Municipal Assembly here, we didn't get a trash bin to put the rubbish in it? It saddens my heart. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
We will take our last statement from Honorable Benjamin.
Oh, I just want to thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just want to mention one solution that we can use to prevent this poor sanitation. This is by educating people and giving them awareness of this effect, the things poor sanitation is going to bring to you, and the causes what bring poor sanitation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Latif, please add your last word.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. From the report that was captured so far, I'll be able to come out with some effective way to waste management. Reduce waste and recycle. 2. Composting. Mr. Speaker, reducing and recycling waste materials can significantly minimize the amount of waste sent to the landfills. Mr. Speaker, composting too can reduce the amount of waste sent to the landfill and create nutrient-rich soil. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, the debate on this motion is now concluded. The House will now adopt the motion as presented, subject to amendments, if any. Since there is no amendment, the motion is hereby adopted as part of the resolutions of this House. Thank you very much, honorable members.
Oh, let's put our hands together. Let's put our hands together. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just do this quickly. Let me acknowledge the following personalities who have joined us today in this sitting. We have from the Sunyani West Municipal Assembly, Madam Gladys Bewura Ali. Madam is the Municipal Planning Officer. Let's put our hands together. Let's put our hands together and welcome her. We also have Madam Harriet Ayidana. Yes, Madam Harriet. Let's put her hands together. She's a Senior Development Planning Officer. That's right. We have Madam Mavis Chewa from the Ghana Prison Service. Oh, let's put our hands together. We have Madam Mavis Danso Dakon, also from GS, representing the Regional Director. Madam, you are welcome. We have our own and our own father, Mr. Simon Azori. Mr. Simmons is the Chief Executive Officer or Executive Director of Citizens Watch Ghana. Yes, he's a key partner, one of the lead partners of this whole event. We have Mr. Johnson Chagley, also the Regional Administrator for Trash. Oh, let's put our hands together for him as well. And then we have Mr. Isaac Adomakon, the Municipal Coordinating Director for the Sunyani Municipal Assembly. Yes. Oh, let's put our hands together for the director. Yes. And, you know, we have in our midst the representation and the representative of the regional minister in the person of the Honorable Municipal Chief Executive, Honorable Vincent Enchi Eche. Jumara na kasano no. Aha. Say okay hwene na hu na no agro ne fom e no pe. Ono se adwuma na any office e wo fom ho. So ati ase na ye ni age say ene wo ye ntem ha na nsem bebrebe nyina e ko na sum. Honorable, we thank you for coming. God bless you. Okay, so back to you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable MC. We shall now take the second motion of the completion and operationalization of the Bono Regional Library project. I invite the honorable member in whose name the motion is being moved, Honorable Forson Lawrence, the MP for Area 4, and the second deputy as well.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Right, Honorable Speaker, I rise to move that this Honorable House consider the urgent need for the completion and operationalization of the Bono Regional Library project in Sunyani, which has remained incomplete for several years, depriving thousands of students and young people of access to essential reading, learning, and digital resources, which has still since it was started in 2003. Mr. Speaker, for the past 22 years, the inability of authority to complete the multi-purpose library project is worrying and affecting the academic performance of students and people in the region at large. Mr. Speaker, library is a building or a room with a collection of books and online resources. On the other hand, things that make library essential is that they provide free access to a wide range of information and resources, support communities' development, enhance quality of life, and promote literacy. But unfortunately, the abandoned regional library has been left to rot. The regional library is now in a horrible state, which endanger the academic activities of the youth, such as limited access to reading materials, limited space for collection of, and the loss of potential. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, the West Blue Consulting, as part of it, 2017, Mr. Speaker, not 2025, or 2020, 2017, corporate social responsibility, that's the CSR, undertook to build 60 libraries in deprived areas across the 10 regions. That time, the regions was 10, not 16. In the collaboration with the government of Ghana, and all library launching project was to be complete in the year of March 2018. Mr. Speaker, a recent event held here in Sunyani between the Minister of Education and the Sunyani Traditional Council. The Minister of Education made assurance of completing the Sunyani Regional Library within a short range. Yeah, one part say because Omaka be actually. Mr. Speaker, imagine a religion. Hey, sorry. Mr. Speaker, imagine a region without conducive library. A big region like Sunyani, we don't have a library. Oh, Mr. Speaker, it's not fair. How our students are going to learn? Huh? Mr. Speaker, so Mr. Speaker, I same way hunting. Mr. Speaker, I therefore move this motion to consider and debate by the House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Forson Lawrence. Honorable members, the motion having been moved, I now call on the seconder to second this motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion. I rise to second the motion concerning the uncompleted regional library project. Let's work together to find a solution to complete this vital infrastructure for our students, the community, and the region at large. Thank you.
Honorable members, the motion having been duly moved and seconded, I now open the floor for debate. Members who wish to contribute may indicate by raising their hands. Honorable Philippa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Experienced and educationist and senior citizen, Mr. Samuel Biako, expressed disappointment at the inability of successive government to complete the Sunyani building. Imagine we, the future leaders, a place where we can study and acquire extra knowledge for us to become a successful leaders who can rule this nation. This place has now turned to a place where reptiles and weeds have been taken over, and this has also putting the residents' life in danger. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Raymond.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, an acting executive secretary of Ghana Library Authority, Mr. Hayford Siao, said and gave us the specific year the library will be complete. He told us that the library will complete around in the middle of 2020 and still is incomplete. Mr. Speaker, the reason why I want you to know this is that our Honorable Minister of Education, Mr. Haruna Idrisu, came here and assured us that the government will complete the Sunyani Regional Library project, which has been abandoned for more than 2 decades. Mr. Speaker, he just told us that the government will complete without giving us a specific month or year the regional library will complete. So this means that if the government in office right now is not able to complete it, then the next government who will come in office too is supposed to complete and sorry, was supposed to complete and that one is not done. Then another government will come again and sorry, and the Bono Regional Library is not complete. So I want you to know that if the representative of Ghana Education Officer is around, I want him to make us or give us a specific month or year the regional library will be complete. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Benjamin.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Imagine a region not having a library for about 22 good years. How are the students able to learn on their own? How will their communication skills will be? So far as the lives of the people in Sunyani is concerned, the failure to complete the library has created a major vacuum for the people of Sunyani and the Bono region at large. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I'm asking the stakeholders and the Minister of Education to complete our library now. Thank you.
Honorable Latif.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Add to what my colleague honorable members said. When we talk about education, education is to acquire knowledge. Mr. Speaker, I ask, how do we acquire knowledge without learning facilities? Mr. Speaker, when we come to Sunyani, ICT lab and scientific lab is so difficult for us to found. Mr. Speaker, we all know that Sunyani was having one of the best high schools in Ghana. But now, Sunyani is nowhere to found when we talk about high schools due to our abandoned facility, especially the regional library. Mr. Speaker, due to this, I call on action to take place as soon as possible to complete the regional library. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I once visited the library site. The structure is strong, but incomplete. Mr. Speaker, if the RCC and the GLA collaborate with development partners, we can finish it quickly. Young people are ready to volunteer, Mr. Speaker. If they call for maybe communal, something like they organize a forum like we are all going to contribute and help build the library. Mr. Speaker, by now the library has been completed and it was working. Mr. Speaker, thank you.
Honorable Habib.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the government has recently recommitted to complete the main project. Mr. Speaker, the building is mostly completed externally, roofed and plastered. Mr. Speaker, but requires some interior works, including furniture, electrical works, ceiling, and roofing. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Forson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, there is a saying that ukumpete di wajani ujawi. Ma ukumpete wajani na wanjaya kitu wakura. Mr. Speaker, point of information. Before you can get an ISS number, per one, Mr. Speaker, you have to pay 150 cedis. ISBN number, per number, you have to pay 30 cedis. 10 numbers, you have to pay 200 cedis. The Ghana Library Authority cannot tell us that they don't have money. That's one. Mr. Speaker, if you look at Ghana, only Central Region have 25 public libraries. Ashanti region have 9. Sunyani, how many do we have? 0. By the Minister of Education and the MCE and the stakeholders, the chiefs and the queen mothers are there, always talking about education, how to promote education. How the Sunyani Regional Library is left to root. That's not fair. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Venice.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To my concern, I don't think our stakeholders, I mean our ministers in Sunyani here cares about our education. Because as we all know, education is the key to success. Education is the key. And without reading, how are we going to be successful in life? Please, our stakeholders, don't let the stored library be plight. I mean, a very difficult situation for us. Please, help to complete the library immediately. Thank you.
Honorable Aisha.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The building of library in the region started with many regions, but Sunyani's own have not been completed. The Sunyani Regional Library is still under construction. Mr. Speaker, is it that Sunyani is not part of Ghana or what? Mr. Speaker, Sunyani is not part of Ghana or what? We do not deserve that. Is it that we do not deserve library? Bono region has recorded. Mr. Speaker, Bono region is now recording most high rates of exam malpractice. It is due to inadequate access to learning materials. So, Mr. Speaker, I urge the Assembly and the Education Minister to complete our library for us so that we can learn and pass our exams. Thank you.
Majority Leader.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. To add up to what the second Deputy Speaker said, he said, during the Ghana at 60 Library program, each region, then time we had 10 regions in Ghana. Each region was to have 6 libraries. We asked, where is Sunyani's 6th library? Then time it was Bono and Ahafo. Where is Bono and Ahafo's libraries? While some regions like Ashanti region, Central and Greater Accra have seen several Ghana at 60 libraries completed and commissioned, there is no confirmation that any region has fully completed the 6th library though. Meanwhile, regions like Bono still have major library projects stalled. The Bono Regional Library, which remains uncompleted. Mr. Speaker, as I stand, I've never seen any SHS in Sunyani here, which has won the championship of the NSMQ. Why? Because we lack the regional library, which the students can go there for research and then improve upon their learning skills. Why is it that Sunyani or Bono region, no secondary school here has ever won the NSMQ? Because we lack the library. We call upon the regional minister, the MCE, all stakeholders. We are willing to support them, but the financial support comes from the government and then the stakeholders. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Haruna.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Honorable MC, the media, stakeholders, fellow adolescent parliamentarians. Mr. Speaker, the failure to complete the project has created a major vacuum for the people in Sunyani and Bono at large. Mr. Speaker, currently, students in this region rely mainly on private libraries of various educational institutions for their research and studies. Mr. Speaker, sources within the Ghana Library authorities reveal that the commencement of the project have been given to 4 different contractors and received mobilization funds but subsequently abandoned the site. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, an educationist and Mr. Speaker, an educationist and senior citizen, Mr. Samuel Biakon, expressed disappointment at the inability successive government to complete the Sunyani Library project, which he said would have been provided school children with opportunity to learn. Mr. Speaker, according to this man, any society that does not cultivate reading culture cannot advance. Describing the situation literally criminal. Mr. Speaker, we the minority here therefore urge the political class, traditional authorities, and clergy to add their voices to calls for the early completion of the project in order to safeguard the future of school children in Bono region. Mr. Speaker, the funny part of this library, wow, 22 good years. Oh, Mr. Speaker, when they started building this library, Ghana has never qualified for a World Cup. Mr. Speaker, right now, we've qualified for about 5 times World Cup competition. Mr. Speaker, when they started building the library, Professor Mills was alive and he wasn't the president. Gaddafi was alive since 2003. Why? Our leaders are thinking of, hey, road, pioneer, so young quiet, no, but they don't think of it for about 22 good years. Former President Kufuor started it. Professor Mills came and left. Former and John Dramani Mahama also came in 2012 and he left. Akufo-Addo came and left. Now it's Mahama again. Let's see. Mr. Speaker, we the youth, our future is not in our palms right now. It's in our leaders' palm. They will decide for us. If they don't take action right now, we are going to fail. So we urge them to do immediate action right now. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Ibrahim, first Deputy Speaker, please add your voice.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, members of the adolescent parliaments are now trying to doubt that the government of Ghana put market ahead of education. Why am I saying this? Because a library has been there for 22 good years and they did nothing about it. But as we heard Kumasi is having KTR, we all rose. We rose up that we also want market. We want multi-purpose market, and it is they are now building it. But since we started talking about this library, no one has attempted to do something for us to see that maybe an improvement is being. They are even doing something for us to have assurance that they are going to build our library for us, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we are saying this because young people want to read, write, and do research. But here is the case that they are not getting the opportunity and the privilege to be able, and the environment to learn and get that quality education and knowledge they want, Mr. Speaker. So I urge our honorable member of parliament that please and please and please, the library is inside us. We want to learn. So kindly help us to advocate for our library. And to us, the youth and adolescents, I think we also have to put an effort to show that we are indeed in need of the library. Because as it stands now, if you enter into the Sunyani Bono library, the regional library, I think we have some small chamber over there that we used to go and learn. If you enter there right now, you will still go there and find old men and old women there. No youth to be found there. Go to the pitch and you see players around. They've put it in such a way that playing is for the young, but learning is for the old. But we shouldn't do that, our dear students. Thank you.
So that is the last statement for the debate. Sorry, honorable members. We now invite the Honorable Regional Minister, who is represented by the Honorable MC for Sunyani, Honorable Vincent Antwi Ajay, to give us his commitment speech.
Mr. Chairman, Honorable Speaker, Honorable members of the Adolescent Parliament. So even before I commence reading the speech, there is the speech of the regional minister. He was supposed to be here, but currently he's at Tyne district, also having or attending to equally important assignment day. So I was invited, at the same time the regional minister too was invited. And as I mentioned earlier, the minister is at Tyne district now, so he directed me to also represent him in addition to my own invitation. So this speech is for the Bono Regional Minister, Honorable Lawyer Joseph Adai Akwabua. After the speech, I also have some few remarks to pass before we continue with the program. Chairman, Honorable Speaker, Honorable members of the Adolescent Parliament, distinguished guests, members of the press, Honorable Assembly members present, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to be here this afternoon to participate in the third sitting of the Sunyani Adolescent Parliament. I commend the organizers, particularly the National Youth Authority and its partners, for sustaining this very laudable initiative that provides a platform for young people to express their views, deliberate on issues of national importance, and propose solutions that affect their lives and future. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the theme for this sitting is Youth Access to Education and Learning Infrastructure, the case of the Bono Regional Library Project. Is both timely and relevant. It reflects our collective concern for the educational welfare of our youth and the central role of infrastructure in facilitating learning, creativity, and innovation. Education is an endeavor that cannot be trivialized in the discourse of nation building and socio-economic development. In view of this, education remains the cornerstone of national development. In view of this, it is the greatest equalizer and a key driver of social mobility and economic empowerment. The government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama continues to prioritize education and investing heavily in the provision of the necessary infrastructure to enhance teaching and learning. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, here in the Bono region, we have witnessed significant progress. The ongoing construction and upgrading of classroom blocks, dormitories, science laboratories, and ICT centers are clear testimonies of government's commitment to providing equitable access to quality education. Several classroom blocks, dormitories, and other facilities are awarded on contract across the region, and work would commence very soon. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Bono Regional Library Project is one of the landmark initiatives aimed at improving learning infrastructure in our beloved region. The project, when completed, will not only serve as a modern center for reading and research, but also as a hub for digital learning, innovation, and civic engagement for the youth. The new library complex will feature well-equipped reading rooms, ICT, and digital resource centers, discussion halls, and an innovation space for youth entrepreneurship and skills development. This modern facility is expected to complement the efforts of schools and tertiary institutions in promoting a culture of reading and lifelong learning. I am pleased to note that the project has received significant attention from the Ghana Library Authority, the Ministry of Education, and the Bono Regional Coordinating Council. It forms part of a broader national effort to revitalize library services and bridge the learning resources gap between urban and rural communities. Since I assumed office, the completion of the Sunyani Regional Library was one of my priorities. In this regard, I have been to Accra and succeeded in getting the library project repackaged and awarded for completion under GET Fund projects. Let's seize this platform to assure you that work will start very, very soon. Honorable members of the Adolescent Parliament, as we discuss youth access to education and learning facilities, we must remember that infrastructure alone does not guarantee success. It is your responsibility as young people to make good use of the opportunities being created. Cultivate the habit of reading, engage in critical thinking, and use knowledge to solve real problems in your communities. Your voices, ideas, and innovation are vital to the transformation of our society. Platforms such as the Adolescent Parliament are training grounds for leadership and civic participation. I encourage you to use this forum responsibly, not just to debate, but to propose practical solutions and to influence positive change. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Bono Regional Coordinating Council remains fully committed to supporting youth development initiatives. We will continue to collaborate with the National Youth Authority, the Ghana Library Authority, and other stakeholders to ensure that the Bono Regional Library project is completed and operationalized in the shortest possible time. We are also exploring partnerships with private entities and development agents to equip existing libraries, promote digital literacy, and expand access to learning resources across all the districts and municipalities in the Bono region. On this note, let me reaffirm that the future of Bono region, and indeed Ghana, depends on how well we educate and empower our young people today. Access to quality education and modern learning infrastructure is not a privilege. It is a necessity for sustainable development. Let us therefore work together as government, youth, parents, and stakeholders to build a knowledge-driven society where every young person has the tools and opportunities to realize their potential. I wish you fruitful deliberations in the setting of the adolescent parliament. May your discussions inspire action, innovation, and progress for the good of our region and our nation. Thank you, and may the good Lord bless us all. God bless the Bono region, and God bless our homeland, Ghana. So as I said, this is the scripted speech of our able Bono Regional Minister, Honorable Lawyer Joseph Ada Kwabwa. But before I take my seat and probably in some few minutes ask of permission, if only I'll be granted to also attend to some other equally important assignment at the office, I would love to pass some few remarks. I must say that personally, I'm enjoying the debate. And it's a form of also drawing our attention to a lot of the things. We are aware that so many things are happening. We face a lot of challenges as a municipality, as a region, and we are not sleeping. We are also working towards achieving or rectifying most of the challenges that face us as a municipality and as a region at large. I must commend this team. And with the first motion, sanitation, I've always maintained that sanitation remains a top priority to the assembly, not just Sunyani Municipal Assembly, but I'm very sure almost every assembly across the region, across the country, you can't play with sanitation issues. So I would say that yes, I've listened to most of the issues, and the assembly too genuinely has concerns or has a lot of things that we are also doing. You know, I keep on mentioning, even yesterday I was on radio and I made this profound statement that we at the assembly are willing or we continue to play our role in ensuring that Sunyani still remains the cleanest city in the country. But the good people, I mean the constituents, the citizens, we also have a very big role to play. And I was happy when one of our MPs mentioned that attitude matter. We live in a society where, for example, somebody will have a shop. The person will be thinking that you go to the shop, you sweep, you gather the waste, put it in any bag, poly bag, whatsoever, then drop it inside a drain or a gutter, as we call it, with the mindset or with the thinking that the assembly or Zoom line will come for them, then go and dispose them. We live in a country where when we call people to join us for sanitation day or for cleanups, very few people will turn up. And a typical example is our municipality. With the exception of some assembly staff, some of our workers from the environmental unit, and the security services, most especially, and some good number from the market women group. Virtually, you will see almost every taxi driver moving about, taking passengers and moving about. But at the end of it, we will be the same people to complain. Another example, somebody will take a taxi, say from main station within the central business district, heading towards probably Odomasi. The person will buy a bottle of water like this, consume the water in the car, then probably prefer throwing the bottle just outside, thinking that the assembly or Zoom Lion people will come and sweep or gather the waste and go and dispose them. These are all issues. Most Saturdays, when we go out for our cleanups, we will remove all the slums, clean them, use the fire tenders to wash the gutters. Barely a month after such exercise, we will get there that Saturday, and the same issue will persist there. One MP also mentioned dustbins. Yes, it's true. Some years ago, I'm aware that there were some dustbins around town. But those dustbins, my honorable members, Mr. Speaker, and our big men around and big women around, those dustbins were not meant for domestic waste. Those dustbins were meant for example, you are just walking around town, you buy a bottle of water, you buy ice cream, you buy a biscuit, you consume it, and that smaller particle, you just drop in there. But years back, the experience that assembly had was that you open this dustbin when they are full. Then you see pillars of cassava, plantain, etc. And in some cases, excuse my language, feces, pampers, etc. inside those bins. There was a day I had an encounter with one of our liberals here at the assembly. I think he's one of the oldest staff here. He shared a story to me and I was very sad. That during that time that the assembly has some dustbins, several years ago around town, they will go around with this big truck to empty the dustbins. And one particular day, when they were just about emptying the dustbin, excuse my language again, feces dropped and the whole body was just littered with that. That person too is a father like any of us. That person too is a Ghanaian. Regardless of the fact that we pay him something, doesn't mean that our actions should let that person suffer. So I am willing. I've already made that point. But we are also taking steps to get some of these dustbins around. We want to start the pilot. But our attitude, if I get to see or if I get to realize that old norm, what we used to do then, that same thing continues, we will withdraw the dustbins. We have the role also to play as citizens. When there is any outbreak, one parliamentarian mentioned, malaria, cholera, whatsoever, diarrhea, you can mention them. Doesn't know MC, doesn't know honorable assembly member, doesn't know director, doesn't know any of us. You can die. Some of us, we don't say within the central business district, but every cleanup, I mentioned it 2-3 weeks ago, when we held the last cleanup. Most of these army officers who come around, they don't stay within town. But because of we inviting their commanders, they pull them to come, whether you like it or yes, you will come because it's a command. We know how the security services operate. They will come, sweep, do all the cleaning, whilst we, the indigents, living around Zongo, Newtown, number 1, no, sorry, not Newtown, Zongo area 2, and even area 1, most of the people will just be inside. Some will be dressed up, walking about as if nothing is happening. So I want to reiterate, the assembly is committed in ensuring that Sunyani remains clean. But please, I beg all of us, we have a role to play. When you buy a water, you consume it, don't just throw it away. When you find yourself in a taxi, I always appeal to our taxi drivers that allow your passengers to drop those empties in your car so that when you get to a place that you can empty them and just dispose them perfectly, then you do that. We all have a role to play. The last point I want to make is the fact that aside sanitation, yes, I've mentioned it earlier, that we have a role to play and we are doing our best. But you see, even if the law allows us to use every single money to tackle whatever challenge that we have, aside sanitation, Honorable MP, Honorable Speaker, and everybody gathered here, the Assembly too will continue to also do a lot of the things. We can't say that if our city is clean, we don't need schools, we don't need boreholes in our communities. Probably you are saying in Sunyani, so when we talk about potable or quality water, you don't understand. Just take 20 kilometers outside Sunyani, then you understand what I mean. So even if we can use all our monies to channel to sanitation, yes, Sunyani is the cleanest city, agreed. What happens to the schools that we have to build? What happens to the street lights? What happens to the other things that the assembly needs to do? So please, let's also do our part. This is my humble appeal. Let's do our part as citizens, as students, as whatsoever, so that the assembly too will do theirs, and together we can make our city a very clean one. So please, this is my humble appeal. We are doing our best, but we also entreat our people to also do our part. Every month we have started our cleanup exercises. So if we call on you, at least, we all have very busy schedules. On weekends, sometimes I can have like 10 funerals that I have to attend, weddings and other social activities. But I skip everything at least from 6 a.m. to the around the 10 a.m. that we will close. I will skip everything, take a car, come to town, work with the security and the other Zoom Lion workers and other people who will turn up before we all go back, freshen up, and attend our social activities. Let us see sanitation as a collective responsibility. My dear brothers and sisters, it's a collective responsibility. Don't see it as something belonging to the MC or the assembly. That is the issue. Another MP mentioned there is no dustbin around. Yes, Mandata was telling me there are a lot of houses around. You place a dustbin here. Few hours later, you will see domestic waste there. So if we should place a dustbin just around here, every 1 hour we have to empty it. You get it? So we have started engaging our market women and those having shops across the main street that at least you should have a dustbin, a portable one at your shop. So that when you get to the shop in the morning, you clean and you gather your waste. You should be able to dispose that waste into that dustbin. At the right time, when it is full, you will know how to just dislodge that waste. Let's see sanitation as a collective responsibility. If there should be any outbreak, which I don't pray and ever wish for, within a municipality, if MC should contract that or the director, I'm not sure the director or the MC alone will be victims. Some other people will be affected. So please, let's hold on to this. And as I mentioned, we will continue to do our part. My office is very open. The director is around. The environmental officer is around. I was happy when you mentioned the name, Dan Ousu Koko. I'm happy. Almost every day I engage the environmental officer, Mr. Koko, on these matters. And we are gradually doing our part. And as I've mentioned earlier, we should also do our part as a people. Thank you so much. And I'm really enjoying. I will sit for some few minutes and ask for permission to also wrap up for the day. Thank you so much. May God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ajay Enchi Vincent. So we will now take our response from the Environmental Protection Agency and the Ghana Library Authority.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Honorable MC, Director, Honorable Members of Parliament, colleague institutional reps. Permit me to continue on all the other protocols duly observed. My name is Clement Isaka Anaba. I am with the Environmental Protection Authority, the officer stationed at Doma Area Office. I am here in the shoes of the Regional Director, Dr. Jackson Adiya Nyantachi. So he asked me to come and represent him on this because he's currently not in the region. So before I continue, we know EPA started as a council in 74, amalgamated into an agency in 94 with the Act 490, which the Honorable Member of Parliament mentioned. Currently, the Act 490 has been repealed with the Environmental Protection Act 2025, Act 1124, Act 1124. So the Act 1124 have repealed the Act 490 and established now the authority. The reason is the Act 490 had some limitations And so the Act 1124 have come to give us more strength and biting teeth, right? Again, the LI 1652, that is Environmental Assessment Regulation 1999, LI 1652, has also been repealed and replaced with Environmental Protection, Environmental Assessment Regulation 2025, LI 2504. And there are other two new LIs, 2505 and 2506. Yes, as an environmentalist, a climate scientist, and also a researcher myself, I acknowledge all what the honorable members of parliament have raised, the concern about the environment and sanitation. Yes, the issue is not something that is hidden from most of us, and we acknowledge that. EPA as an authority is mandated to regulate, coordinate, and oversee all issues relating to the environment and climate change in Ghana. And so when you take a look at the new act, part 5 of the new act, Act 1124, that whole part is about climate change, authorizing the agency to continue its mandate in coordinating all climate change issues in the country and our relations with the international community. So anything climate change cannot go or cannot start and end without EPA. That is one thing. So we are aware the sanitation issue is there. But sometimes we don't want to, because our job, there are some lines that has been drawn. We have the environmental health and sanitation departments in the assembly. And so when it comes to pure sanitation issues, EPA, we don't want to cross there. Yes, we do our parts. EPA comes in as a technical body to provide a technical support or advice to the assembly, specifically to the environmental health department on that issue. And before I continued, I know His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, President John Dramani Mahama, have hinted that the Environmental Health and Sanitation Department is likely to be strengthened or upgraded to an agency status. And of course, I know with that they will have also the resources and the strength to help us in our sanitation issues. With that said, let me come back to EPA. We regulate all commercial activities that have effect or impact on the environment. And when I say the environment, we can talk of our air, our water, both the surface and the underground, our land. So anything that you are doing commercially that have an impact on all these components, and of course human health, EPA have to regulate you and give you the permits. Our permit is not just come and pay and collect EPA permit. No. The permit, the purpose of it is to guide you on how to do your operations without causing adverse effects on the environment. And so every permit comes with a condition. We call it schedule, right? Take a look at all the hotels or the guest houses you see in town, the filling stations you see in town. Most of them have soft landscape. I prefer to call them that way, where you have the green grass, the specimen plants, the flowers, right? That is soft landscape. It is clearly stated in EPA's permit condition that they must have that. So you see it, it is not out of their own will, but it is a mandate by the EPA. Second, the Act 490 And the former, the LI 1652, yes, I'm ending. So the LI 1552 only required environmental impact assessment when you want to develop projects on wetlands, which is part of what we call environmentally sensitive areas, including the wetlands, the water bodies, the cemeteries, areas that have been declared as conservation areas and all that. So EIA, or environmental impact assessment, is simply to assess what are your possible impact on that area and what are you going to put in place to mitigate it. And anybody can conduct and provide suggested solutions. And that was a bit of a limitation. So now the new act have strengthened that portion. And I can assure you, even with that, there are a lot of projects in town on these areas that EPA have not permitted. In summary, these wetlands, what are their importance? Because the team you gave us has two components, the environment and climate change. Nature has made it that these wetlands are there to collect excess water, or when it rains, all the waters has to go and be collected at that place so that it will save us from possible flooding. And when we fill them up for buildings and other projects, when it heavily rains, possibly as a result of climate change, then the water will have nowhere to go. As nature had made it, the water will definitely find its way. When the temperature rises, these greens and blues are there to regulate the climate and give us the conducive climate, reduce the temperatures for us, but we are destroying them.
Okay.
If this was a projected one, you would have seen what I'm saying.
Okay, EPA.
Yes, so on this note, EPA have acknowledged the concerns raised by the parliamentarians. And Mr. Speaker, we are assuring you that the authority is doing its part, and with the new act and the new LI, we are ready to bite and ensure the environment is safe and our climate is regulated very well for us. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. EPA. So we will have only 3 minutes each for the solidarity messages. Thank you very much.
First,
but Mr. Speaker, before you take over, the MCE, the Regional Minister's representation or representative, who would like to leave us or take a leave of us. So, with your permission.
Please, you may leave.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Shall I please be upstanding as he takes his leave? You may sit. So we take our solidarity messages from the GHS, Ghana Health Service. Please, we all should note that every association is having just 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Sampayetia Obanyansa Fusu Bunubia one kana sam Zema to some kakre was supeme Yo coffee oh my ya woman oh man ya mama Yenyi baby ako wacha za ya waren Wonsom wanyinyi pa
Okay, so we have Madam Beatrice also here from DOPSU. Madam, we are grateful for your presence. We also have Mr. Ahmed Ibrahim, also from Ghana East Commission. Okay, so you cheers. Say cheers. We are not fighting, so let's smile. Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, Honorable. Please, we are not done. Please, it is only the MC who is taking leave of us because he has other important schedules. Yeah, so we'll be closing in a very few minutes. We'll still pick our solidarity messages. So back to you, Mr. Speaker. Back to you, Mr. Speaker. Yes. So the chairman is still around. Please, we should have our seat so that we can continue the program. We are at the last part of the whole program. So please, let's assume or resume our seat. Let's resume our seat, I mean. Let's resume our seat. All right, Mr. Speaker, next speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, we will now have our solidarity messages. First will be delivered by the Ghana Health Service. All associations will be permitted 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
I repeat, 3 minutes. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. My name is Franklin Dafa. I'm a health promotion officer at the Bono Regional Health Directorate. Mr. Speaker, kindly permit me to stand on all existing protocol and just brief. Please, okay. Also, I'm also standing in the shoes of our regional director, Dr. Afre, who is also very committed to adolescent health activities. So as I'm standing here, basically, to talk some brief issues concerning the sanitation issues that were raised by some of our honorable MPs. So basically, as a service, we are highly committed to improving the health or well-being of the indigents within the Sunyani municipality. So as our stake in the fight against sanitation, basically, the division I'm coming from, I like the point that one of the MPs touched on the attitudinal component of our indigents. So basically what we do is that we do a lot of public sensitizations to ensure that people change their attitude and behavior. So basically we always go on air to talk about some of these things. We also talk about some of the basic hygiene practices that we can all, practice in order to help us stay healthy. So, Honorable Speaker, basically, as a service, as I said, we are highly, highly committed in supporting this fight. And then we also will urge that we will also continue to collaborate with the Assembly and then the RCC. In any support that you need from us as a Ghana Health Service, we are always there. Our division, the health promotion, we do a whole lot of advocacy and then public sensitization. And then I'll also urge that as the MPs in your various constituencies, let's also use our roles, because right now you people serve as leaders in your various constituencies. Also empower yourself, build your capacities in these sanitation-related issues, such that any platform that you get, you can also educate the community members on how they can also practice good sanitation. So that at the end of it all, we all have a better and a healthy Sunyani. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you very much. Next in line, we will take our solidarity message from the JES. Since there is no representative available, we will take a message from the Sunyani West Municipal Assembly.
Thank you very much. Let me also stand on the existing protocol to also give my message of solidarity. Sunyani West municipality led by Honorable Asante Kwesi Boateng. We are also doing our part when it comes to sanitation and also providing safe spaces for adolescents. In fact, we have 2 MPs here, and for the first time we invited them to our municipal planning and coordinating units meeting. I think the next time we're having the second quarters on, we invited and we were told they were in school. So our doors are open to interact with our adolescents. Currently, we are also preparing our medium-term plan, and it's one of the community needs we've identified, that there are no safe spaces in our communities for adolescents. Drug abuse is an issue, mainly stemming from the fact that adolescents are idle and they have nothing doing. And so we are planning to also inculcate adolescent-friendly projects and programs into our plans to make sure that we engage our adolescents. We are also building schools. We know adolescents are in their school-going ages, and they need a good environment to learn. So we are putting up classrooms and other issues. I was happy one of the MPs from my constituency mentioned Adentia. In fact, currently, before I came here, we opened bids for a 3-unit classroom block with auxiliary facilities at Adentia. And now the president has ordered that no assembly should build a school building without those facilities. And so we are going to do that with the toilets and even changing room for girls. And so Sunyani West, we are doing our bits. And we pray that with the rate at which common fund is coming nowadays, in fact, it's an instruction. Now you can't use the common fund how you want. When it comes, they tell you the kind of things you should use it to do. And for every assembly, if you can't do anything at all, not 3 classrooms. When I say 3 classrooms, a nursery or a KG, a primary school, and a JSS, we've been asked to apply the money to those things. And for Sunyani West, it's a big municipality. It's not like our friends in Sunyani municipality, which is a 1-town municipality. Ours is a very big municipality, spanning from Tra to Isiatre. You go to Odumase, you are going all the way, we share borders with Time. And so it's a very big municipality with over 100 schools. I think we have the largest public schools when you come to Bro and Hafo. And so Sunyani West, we are doing our bits, and we pray that the Lord will help all of us to also be able to deliver. On the bits on sanitation, like my boss said, sanitation is a shared responsibility, and we urge that we all come together. As we were sitting, I was just conferring with my sister here. We're asking ourselves, when is sanitation day, we don't see any adolescents. It's like you feel it's for we the adults. And I was telling her that one of these days, when we are going to have a sanitation day, we'll write to officially invite the adolescent parliament to be with us. Because if we start young, then we grow with it. And so, like everyone is saying, it is a shared responsibility. Who are those who even carry the refuse from the house to the communal collection points? It's we, the adolescents. And so when we go and then some carry it, they later on until they even get to where they are going to finally dispose it. But if we ourselves start being responsible, we see adults who later around, you correct them, they are like, oh, even the small children are correcting us. There's this school at, I ever visited Sacred Hearts. I didn't know the school, they don't lean on walls. So I stood for some time, I was tired, and then I decided to lean. A young chap walked up to me and said, please, auntie, here we don't lean on walls. So you see, so it should start from us. If we go home, we tell our mothers, our sisters, our aunties, our fathers that when they go around, they also should not litter around. If you drink something, you put it in your bag. When you come home, you dispose it off properly. And for now, because of climate reasons, burning of open refuse is not accepted. I heard one of the parliamentarians saying that maybe they can collect and burn, but now it's not one of the recommended way of disposing of wastes. And I want to end by also telling our schools to inculcate the culture of segregating waste. As a whole country, we need a policy on waste segregation. You know, we have the ones that will decompose, and then we have the rubbers and the others. But we just lump everything together. So it makes segregation difficult. There are some, if you put here, it will rot. Nothing will happen. But there are some you put it there 1,000 years, it won't. So let's learn how to segregate waste. And I also plead that the adolescent parliaments, let's reach out to our peers. Let's reach out to our peers. Let's not leave the message at the adolescent parliament platform. When we go out, let's reach out to our peers. And I know they will listen to us. Then we can all make a change from there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Our next solidarity message from the Municipal Planning Officer. Moving next to the Ghana AIDS Commission. Since none of them are available, honorable members, I wish to commend all participants for your insightful contributions. Honorable members, I wish to commend all participants for your insightful contributions. The motions and debates held today reflect the passion and leadership of adolescents who are determined to see a clean, green and inclusive Sunyani. Your voices have been heard and will inform the joint resolutions to the ICEP platform. We will now take the closing remarks by the chairman, Honorable Abdul Razak.
Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, all protocol duly observed. Indeed, I would like to be briefed. I'm very impressed about this particular debate. Indeed, I was equally surprised at seeing you making a cogent argument. I think you have the future, and you can do more and do it better. It's a matter of doing more research and more studies. I believe that everything is possible, provided you are determined and you're being consistent. Gradually, one day you see in Parliament, we shall see you as become President of Ghana. We shall see you as becoming members of Parliament and Ministers of State. You'll be surprised, but it will come to pass. In my earlyhood, I was also a debater back at JSS and Junior High School and SS. And today I'm the presiding member. So today you are debating. Tomorrow you become a member of Parliament. There are a few things I notify from your debate. At a point in time, I realized someone was speaking English, and then he diverted to Chi, my lady. He's very impressed. It's accepted. But I expected one thing. Once you come to sitting, you have to adopt the language you want to use. So the house must always adopt. You want to use English and Chi. Because if care is not taken, I'll rise up and I'll be speaking Dagwali or Besa. You will not understand. Because somebody was speaking Chi, I'll be speaking Bosa in the debate. So you always amend motion to include the language you want to use. You want to speak Chi and English. So that if somebody rises to speak his own language, you disagree. That is the first point I also noticed. The second thing has to do with the agenda. Anytime you meet as a student parliamentarian, you need to move to accept the agenda on board. There must be an agenda that you are following, one line after the other, so that nobody will stand up and bring a different thing that is on the table. We are talking about sanitation. Somebody can just rise up and include security issues. Then the speaker must prevent the person. So in order to accept that, you have to approve the agenda. Once you don't approve the agenda, somebody can rise up and bring security issues. Because sanitation can lead to insecurity. That is another key thing I also observed. Besides that, I also realized the debate was practical. Because some of the things you were mentioning, daily you can see and verified. That is another aspect. The second thing has to do with references. I saw people quoting Local Government Act. When you are paraphrasing, indicate that you are paraphrasing. Paraphrasing means you can say that in the Local Government Act 93 says is the mandate of the Assembly to ensure and preserve sanitation issues. You are paraphrasing. But once according to Local Government Act and you quote, it might be specific. But I didn't see specific quoting. That is another two. So when you are quoting, indicate you are quoting. When you are paraphrasing, you also indicate. Apart from that, the debate was very fruitful, and I enjoyed it. I wish next time you will come in our numbers, do more research and more study so that you can do a cogent argument here. On this note, on behalf of my MC, my coordinator, my colleague assembly members here, who are also giving us the needed support, my various protocols observed here. Indeed, I thank you for the encouragement, for the support, and wasting your time to participate in the activity. We hope that next time we shall hear and grace in our numbers. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Abdul Razak. I now call on the Majority Leader to move a motion for the adjournment of the House.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, with the absence of any further information, I move that this House adjourn until the next sitting. Thank you.
Honorable Minority Leader, please second the adjournment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I hereby second the adjournment of the sitting. Thank you.
Honorable members, the question is that this House do now adjourn. Those in favor say yes. Those against say no. This House is accordingly adjourned. Thank you very much, honorable members.
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members and distinguished guests, we shall now proceed to take our group photo to officially close today's proceedings.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how far we have come. Please, you can resume your seat. Please, you can resume your seat. We will be leaving very soon, but we are going to have a group photograph. So all our stakeholders and all members present, we want to have a photograph with our adolescent MPs for our future reference. So please, we can take the photo from this side. All of us, please, all of us. Let's join the MPs. Please, MPs, take the lead. Okay, so everybody will look at the camera for us. Let the eyes open. And let's see the teeth small. Okay. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you. Okay, please have your seat. We have something small to share with you. So please, everybody have your seats. Don't just move out, please. Please. Everybody just resume your seat. Okay, so we'll call on a volunteer to give us a closing prayer. Tio. Please, let's have a seat there. Let's have a